in Bangor.
From the Great North Woods to the Rock Mount Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, a man who scammed his customers through his contracting business entered a plea deal in court yesterday.
Plus, a stabbing occurred in Winterport last night. Details of that just ahead.
And our top story this morning, a 2-year-old that had wandered away from her family was found safe early yesterday morning. This and more local news right now.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Joe Cortez. Thanks for joining us this morning. This will be the last shows of Good Morning Maine for the month of July. Don't worry. We'll still be here. We'll be back here on Monday morning. Yeah, but that's August 1st, as I mentioned yesterday. August is catching up. I was talking to our producer earlier, Leo Jonathan, about it's just July goes by like that. I feel like we love it, we're ready for it, and then it's just gone.
July 4th was last week. I don't know what we're talking about still. I don't know.
Well, hopefully we'll see those July 4th temperatures because it is going to be warming up over the next couple days. Here's Devin Biggs with the first check of your forecast.
Hey, Joe and Emma, thank you very much. Happy Friday. We had showers and thunderstorms moving through last night and parts of early this morning as well, prompting some flooding alerts in some parts of the viewing area. Now things are starting to back off a little bit, though, as all this rain right here has since moved out of here. We'll still have to watch for a small chance for a few showers and a few rumbles of thunder later today, though. But giving you the big picture, here's the center of low pressure just off of parts of Canada with another front stretching across our neck of the woods, bringing plenty of rain with that too. And, of course, the rain starting to calm down, even if a few rumbles of thunder were noticed last night in parts of early this morning. But futurecast for today, a chance for a few showers and thunderstorms later today. Not very widespread at all. Most of us should stay dry as well with a mixture of clouds and sun. But the winds will be gusty again, though. Generally out in the west in some spots, sustained winds up to 10 to 15 miles per hour and gusty winds up to 25 miles per hour are not out of the question either. So for today, not too bad. Middle 80s are on the way, partly cloudy with a slight chance for a thunderstorm or so. That west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 60s on the way, becoming partly cloudy with a small chance for a rain shower, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. That slight chance for a rain shower will mainly be along our southern counties. And for tomorrow, though, all right, partly cloudy, maybe a few showers both for the south and areas to the north as well, with highs in the mid 80s. Now west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. All right, your hourly forecast moving forward, becoming mostly sunny temperatures in the 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Joe and Emma.
Several homes on James Street in Rockland were evacuated last night after a grenade was discovered. According to state police, at approximately 7 p.m., the Rockland Police Department responded to a home on James Street following the discovery of a grenade. As a precaution, Rockland police officers evacuated nearby homes. The Maine State Police bomb team and Maine Fire Marshal's office were contacted and responded to the scene. According to state police, an investigation determined that the grenade had been altered and was not a danger. It had been left by someone who lived in the residence but moved out in 2015. The Maine State Police bomb team removed the device to dispose of it.
The Penobscot County Grand Jury has indicted 3 people in connection with the shooting at the Half Acre nightclub back in April. 33-year-old Edward Evans of Bronx, New York, and his brother, 28-year-old Emil Evans of Augusta, were both indicted on assault charges. Emil was also indicted for criminal threatening with a dangerous weapon. Edward was indicted on additional charges of elevated aggravated assault and possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. Next, 36-year-old Andre Dixon of Bangor was indicted in connection with the April shooting at the nightclub. Now, the charges include reckless conduct with a dangerous weapon and criminal mischief. Also, 44-year-old Kelly Giles of Carroll Plantation, who's been accused of burning her boyfriend's home to the ground, was indicted for arson and criminal mischief. And a Bangor mother accused of giving Narcan to revive her 2-year-old child was also indicted. 28-year-old Jessica Shepard was arrested for allegedly leaving fentanyl out at her home. According to court testimony, the child consumed it and overdosed. Shepard was indicted for domestic violence, reckless conduct with a dangerous weapon, and endangering the welfare of a child.
Maine State Police have confirmed that a male juvenile was stabbed last night at around 8:40 p.m. in Winterport. State Police and the Waldo County Sheriff's Office responded to the scene. The victim was transported to a local hospital, but there is no word yet on the extent of his injuries.
A truck driver is expected to accept responsibility for causing the death of a state police detective who was struck by a dislodged tire. Detective Ben Campbell was headed to a training event when he stopped to help a driver in a snowstorm alongside Interstate 95 on April 3rd of 2019. He was fatally injured when a tire fell off a truck driven by Scott Willett and hit him. The state police previously suspended the license of a mechanic who inspected the truck. Willett has reached a plea agreement and is due in court on August 19th.
A Lowell, Massachusetts man and another individual were arrested Wednesday at the Hollywood Slots Casino in Bangor in connection with the alleged distribution of fentanyl throughout the greater Bangor area. One of them was also charged with contributing to the overdose death of a woman in Bangor in 2021. According to the Maine Department of Public Safety, the arrests come after a 2-year joint investigation by the Maine Drug Enforcement Agency, Bangor Police Department, and U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration after identifying a suspected source of fentanyl contributed to the 2021 overdose death. Authorities say 26-year-old Lawrence Camillo of Lowell and others traveled to Maine and stayed at local hotels in the greater Bangor area. Allegedly, Camillo would distribute fentanyl to local drug users. On Wednesday, around 10:30 p.m., MDEA agents and Bangor police executed 2 search warrants for rooms at the Hollywood Slots Casino, where Camillo and an associate were staying. They seized approximately 670 grams of fentanyl, 110 grams of cocaine, and $14,000 in suspected drug proceeds. The estimated street value of the drugs seized is approximately $75,000.
A man charged with scamming more than $100,000 from multiple victims through his home repair business entered a plea in court yesterday. Tony Glidden, who was arrested in 2021 and charged with theft by deception, was scheduled for a bail revocation hearing at Kennebec County Superior Court before it was announced that he would be entering a plea instead. Glidden pleaded guilty to all charges brought against him. Assistant Attorney General Susan Russell read the state's evidence of Glidden's guilt, including various excuses and lies told to his victims as to why he could not fulfill the jobs he was hired to complete.
Limiting to a few of the following: the weather, manpower, theft of equipment, death of an employee, theft by his employees. A lending company stole his money. He had no money to buy materials until he paid off the debt so he could get a loan. Another customer had not paid him. He had COVID. His worker stole his truck. He was behind with projects. He fell off the roof and broke his wrist.
A date for sentencing has not been set up yet, but is expected to take place later on this summer.
Maine game wardens located a missing 2-year-old girl yesterday morning after she wandered away from a campsite in Piscataquis County overnight. Inland Fisheries and Wildlife spokesperson Mark Laddie said the girl was last seen sleeping in her family's camper at the Joe Mary Lake campground around 2 a.m. Thursday morning. When the family woke up around 7, their daughter was missing and the camper door was open. Laddie says the family called 911 and several agencies converged to the campground to assist with the search, including game wardens, forest rangers, state police, marine patrol officers, and Penobscot County Sheriff's officers. Game warden Tyler Leach was searching one of the camp's parking areas when he noticed the girl holding her blanket and sitting on top of a nearby brush pile. Leach, who is a father, was able to talk to the girl and comfort her before picking her up and bringing her back to her parents at the campsite. The girl was evaluated and did not need any medical care, despite spending most of the night in the woods.
And those pictures really are amazing.
That is so scary. I'm really happy they could find her very quickly. The time is now 6:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Representative Shelley Pingree highlighted the importance of her Hemp Advancement Act in Washington. We'll have the latest.
But first, let's take a look at our forecast. A high of 85 degrees, partially cloudy skies. Those thunderstorms have hopefully, knock on wood, moved out for the weekend. Tonight, the temperatures drop down to a low of 61. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies with a high of 84.
Looking to improve or upgrade your home? Here with At Home FAB and KBF, we offer a great selection of appliances, furniture, bedding, cabinetry, flooring, and more. We have a friendly, welcoming environment and will work with you every step of the way from start to finish. We service our merchandise. Any fixes or repairs, we can do that too. Our professional team has more than 50 years of experience and is here to help. Stop in and ask about our Synchrony 12 months financing with no interest and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
On the road, Broadcasting the news at 6, live from Newport, is sponsored by Howard Insurance. For all your insurance, you can find us in Dexter, Dover, and Newport or at howardins.com. Gulfside Wheel and Ski in Newport, your local family-owned and factory-authorized Polaris, CF Moto, Honda, and Kimco dealer. And Studio 160 Salon and Spa. Our professionals are committed to offering the best hair care, nail and foot care, body waxing, massages, facials, and skin care services.
Sign up for You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Pick who you think is going to win and compete against other fans for prizes.
He was so riled up and mad. He started yelling to get out the car. Snatches my keys.
Was anybody in the car with you?
My baby was with me.
Hot Bench.
Friday at 3 on ABC 7.
Augusta police are investigating a crash involving 2 pedestrians and 2 vehicles. It happened about 6 p.m. Wednesday night on Western Avenue in the area of Crossing Way. Now, Deputy Chief Kevin Lully says a Honda SUV driven by 23-year-old Aaron Smith of Clinton was just taking off after being stopped in traffic when it was hit from behind. 54-year-old Jennifer Keene of Augusta was driving the Toyota SUV that hit Smith's vehicle and then struck 2 pedestrians. Lully says several of the people involved in the crash were transported to the hospital with injuries. Details of the crash are still being investigated. If you have any information about the crash, you are asked to contact the Augusta Police Department.
Maine's Catholic Diocese says it is returning a priest to active ministry after an investigation into allegations of sexual abuse. The Diocese of Portland said Wednesday its investigation into Reverend Robert Valancourt took a year and centered on claims of sexual abuse in the 1980s. The diocese said in a statement that the allegations were determined to be unfounded. It also said Valancourt has not received a new assignment from the diocese yet. Valancourt formerly led St. Brendan, the Navigator Parish, which oversees churches in Belfast, Rockland, and Camden, on the mainland and on 3 islands, Islesboro, Vinalhaven, and North Haven.
Congresswoman Shelley Pingree met with members of the House Agriculture Committee as well as hemp production stakeholders in Washington yesterday at an Agriculture Committee hearing regarding the USDA's hemp production program. At the hearing, Pingree highlighted the importance of her Hemp Advancement Act, which she introduced in February. The legislation is designed to improve the 2018 Farm Bill's hemp provisions and provide greater clarity to those who grow and process hemp. The 2018 Farm Bill declassified hemp as a controlled substance, allowing legal production of it, which is now commonly used for products like rope, textiles, paper, and CBD products. Pingree focused on the restrictions that are holding back Maine farmers who want to produce hemp.
The other thing that we're working on in the Hemp Advancement Act is to raise the allowable THC threshold for hemp and the in-process hemp extract to make the rules more workable for growers and processors, also ensuring that final hemp products sold to consumers aren't intoxicating.
Republican leader and ranking member of the House Agriculture Committee, Glenn Thompson, said in part, quote, "This is among our first hearings on the commodity, which is amazing given the work that we did. It's so long overdue," end quote.
Senator Susan Collins' office announced nearly $90 million in proposed federal funding has been secured to support various projects and organizations in Maine. The secured funding includes $66 million for Maine road and pedestrian safety projects in the draft fiscal year 2023. Transportation, Housing, and Urban Development Appropriations Bill, $8 million has been secured for the University of Maine to address PFAS contamination in the draft 2023 Commerce, Justice, and Science, as well as agricultural appropriations bills. Nearly $6.2 million was secured for UMaine to conduct tick-borne disease research from the draft Agriculture, Interior, and Environment and Health and Human Services appropriations bills. The bills, which were officially released by the full Senate Appropriations Committee yesterday, must still be voted upon by the full Senate and House. For more information on other proposed funding, visit our website, foxbangor.com.
And we're 15 minutes past the top of the hour. Coming up after the break, Dutch elm disease is taking control of American elm trees across the state of Maine. But one town has been affected in Hancock County.
Plus, the CDC is now reporting more than 21,000 cases across at least 78 countries, with more than 4,900 documented right here in the United States of monkeypox. We'll be right back.
Established in 1925, Bangor Floral has been a premier provider of beautiful floral arrangements and thoughtful gifts for almost 100 years. Whatever the occasion, our premium collection of colorful blooms, blossoming plants, and gift baskets have warmed hearts for generations. We strongly support the Buy Local movement, purchasing directly from local farms and growers, and we are committed to the preservation of our environment. Bangor Floral, located at 332 Harlow Street. Stop in today to experience a flower shop like no other.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Newport, is sponsored by Her Closet Boutique Consignments, affordable new and gently used name brand clothing, shoes, and accessories for the entire family. Huff Power Sports, your local Bobcat compact tractor dealer. Come see what Bobcat has to offer. Huff Power Sports, your authorized Bobcat dealer. And Foxy Hair Design has been in Newport for 40 years, a family salon doing hair and nails, open Monday through Saturday. General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine for more than 30 years with an extensive inventory of equipment and tools, including excavators, chippers, aerial lifts, skid steers, mini skid steers and attachments, pressure washers, and dump trailers. If you can't find it on our website, we can get it for you. Call for multi-day and weekend special rates. Open 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. General Rental Center, Old Town.
A new report shows Maine is on pace to meet its greenhouse gas reduction goals. The 9th annual report from the Maine Department of Environmental Protection found as of 2019, gross greenhouse gas emission in Maine were 25% lower than 1990. Now, this surpasses the state's goal of 10%, which continued progress in reducing emissions. The report indicates Maine is well positioned to meet its goal of carbon neutrality by 2045, which was recently added to state law.
A tree disease spreading across the state is causing major concerns in the town of Castine. Matthew Jurancic has the story.
Dutch elm disease is taking control of American elm trees across the state of Maine. But no town has been affected more than Castine.
We have had an increase in incidence of Dutch elm disease here in town this year, with over 30 trees affected.
According to Maine Forest Service pathologist Aaron Bergdahl, the disease was first found in the United States in 1930 and has killed more than 30 million trees. It's caused by an invasive fungi that is spread by elm bark beetles, which ultimately forces the tree to suffocate and die. Bergdahl is seeing a much faster rate of transmission of the disease this year compared to last year.
Dutch elm disease seems to be spreading quite rapidly this year especially, and I think some of the symptoms of Dutch elm disease appear to be developing quite rapidly this year, probably because we're in a little bit of a drought right now.
In response to the growing problem, the town of Castine inoculates its elm trees with an injectable fungicide every 3 years. But to Tenney, the problem seems to be with the private owners who haven't treated their elm trees.
Those trees that are not treated, mostly private trees, are vulnerable to the disease. So it is incumbent upon homeowners or property owners with important trees to treat their trees should they wish to.
Although many of the town's elm trees are treated, Bergdahl says there's still a chance they can get the disease.
Any elm tree out in the landscape has the possibility of getting Dutch elm disease because it's those elms that are on the roadsides and field edges that kind of harbor the disease that will spread to elms in people's yards.
Reporting from Castine, Matthew Jurancic, ABC7 and Fox 22.
The time is now 6:19.
And let's get a full look at our forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs. He's in with the latest.
Good morning, Devin.
All right, Joe and Emma, thank you very much. Not many storm reports in all the rain we saw last night, but we did get one in Millinocket where they saw 2.7 inches of rain. That did cause some flooding in a few areas, so in some heavy downpours too. There were some flooding alerts in effect along our northern counties. Those will be getting dropped shortly or have been dropped as the rain has now moved out of here. Here's the latest picture, though. We saw showers, even a few rumbles of thunder. That flashing you see on the radar right here, that's lightning being detected on the radar. So we had some lightning and some thunderstorms that moved through last night and early this morning, but now things are calming down. We'll see a mixture of clouds and sunshine today, but small chances for showers and thunderstorms do exist again today as this area of low pressure continues to track off towards the north and east, but nothing as widespread as what we saw last night and in parts of early this morning. Wave heights right now, maybe a little active in a few spots, but not too bad for us. There's no advisories along the coast at around 3 feet according to the buoys out there too. If you're thinking about going toward the ocean, the water temperatures do continue to rise right now. We are in the 60s out there, but if you want the bath water temperatures, you have to go further down toward the south for that, where we're seeing water temperatures right now in the 80s, so very warm ocean temperatures being noticed at this time. Our average high temperature for the air is 81 degrees, and we'll be in the middle 80s today and tomorrow. Upper 80s on the way as we head towards Sunday, Monday to Tuesday, middle 80s by Wednesday, then back in the low 90s again as we head towards your Thursday as another heat wave looks to move in. Your muggy meter, though, showing dew points will fall later today in a more comfortable category. Saturday ticking up just a little bit before it falls off, but a gradual climb to dew points again as we head towards Monday to Tuesday before we fall off briefly as we head towards your Wednesday. Your UV index forecast for today remains at an 8. That's considered very high, so a burn time of around 15 minutes. So hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, and shade will be necessary as you do head out the door to avoid a bad sunburn. Moving forward for today, partly cloudy skies, a chance for a few showers and a few rumbles of thunder. Nothing very widespread. We'll calm down later on tonight, but for tomorrow, though, a small chance for a few showers along our southern counties. There's a small chance right about in there. Early in the morning, we'll get that out of there. Then look to the north. A few showers could be possible again in the afternoon, but this time for the northern counties, so a couple areas at different times. We'll have to watch for a few showers that could possibly develop in a few areas. So middle 80s today, partly cloudy with a small chance for a shower or thunderstorm. That west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 60s, partly cloudy with a small chance for rain showers, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast. So by Saturday, a small chance for those rain showers again. Highs in the middle 80s. And by Sunday, partly cloudy. Highs in the upper 80s will remain in the upper 80s by Monday with a partly cloudy sky. And more storms by Tuesday. Highs in the upper 80s.
Here at Colburn Shoe, we have something for the whole family. New spring arrivals are coming in daily from quality brands such as Hoka, Birkenstock, Dansko, Sperry, Merrill, and many more. We pride ourselves on our exceptional service. That is why we are America's oldest shoe store.
Dine on the deck with a delicious view at the Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub, now open. Experience outdoor dining at its finest 7 days a week with award-winning dishes from their executive chef, Arturo Montes. Dining on the deck at Ryan's Pub is an unforgettable culinary experience you'll want to share with your family, friends, business partners, or that special someone. Your next visit to the Lucerne Inn will feel like the first all over again.
Feel the difference of alpaca apparel from the Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store in Belfast. Stop by their ranch location to interact with these amazing animals and enjoy the beautiful Maine outdoors with your very own alpaca walk. Shop in-store or online today and take advantage of their free nationwide shipping. With their incredible selection of socks, sweaters, hats, and more, experience the unique qualities that alpaca fiber brings with the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
He probably would have gotten away with murder.
Perhaps Christy didn't die of an accidental overdose. Perhaps she was poisoned.
There's one thing that Christy left behind.
It just blew me away.
And that would turn out to be the fatal flaw. Tonight on ABC.
Whether you're hurt by a box truck or by any commercial vehicle, you may have a big case worth big money. If you've been hurt by any commercial truck, call the Twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial truck? Come out on top. Call the Twos.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, chances are you have lots of questions. Norm Prouty has answers. Learn some tips and tricks and explore some beautiful homes on the market. The Norm Prouty and Donnell Baker Real Estate Show, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on ABC 7.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business.
A new bill will allow automakers like Tesla and General Motors to offer incentives again to customers who buy their electric vehicles. Democratic Senators Chuck Schumer and Joe Manchin reached a deal on a sweeping climate and health care bill. That includes an extension of the federal tax credit for electric vehicle purchases. Currently, people who buy EVs receive a $7,500 tax credit, but it only applies to the first 200,000 EVs sold by an automaker. The proposed bill would remove that cap. It would also include a new $4,000 tax credit for purchasing a used electric vehicle.
Even though it can be spread through sex, health officials worry classifying monkeypox as a sexually transmitted infection can heighten stigma against LGBTQ people. Fox News' Gary Baumgarten has the latest on the global health emergency, plus how the government is addressing the vaccine shortage.
New fears over the monkeypox outbreak as cases continue climbing. The CDC now reporting more than 21,000 cases across at least 78 countries, with more than 4,900 documented right here in the United States. New York seeing some of the largest spikes, logging more than 1,200, as cases in California, Illinois, Florida, and Georgia are also high.
More and more lesions were appearing across my body.
The virus causes flu-like symptoms and bumpy rashes on the skin. It can spread from coming into direct contact with an infected person's scabs and bodily fluids, clothes and bedding, and through sex, with men who have sex with other men currently making up a large number of the cases.
I want to caution countries about the potential for stigma, homophobia, and discrimination.
The World Health Organization recently declaring the virus a global health emergency. Officials taking it one step further this week, advising members of the LGBTQ community on ways to reduce the risk of infection.
Reconsidering sex with new partners and exchanging contact details with any new partners.
Vaccines are in limited supply as clinics and hotspots are running out. The Biden administration says roughly 800,000 more doses are expected to be available on Friday. Gary Baumgarten, Fox News.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, the winners of the annual Periscope writing contest have been announced, and this year their work is being published.
Plus, the town of Skowhegan was recently awarded a grant of $4.9 million to put towards the River Park plan. With some more local news when we come back.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo. It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again. And those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
Looking to haul a new piece of equipment? Homeowners or commercial, Coops Truck and Equipment has the right trailer for you. Coops is the largest dealer of truck flatbeds and hauler bodies in the state and can replace any old rusty bed or outfit, any new truck. Our full-service facility can modify all truck and trailers with steel and aluminum fabricators on duty. We are your go-to place for CM truck bodies, H&H trailers, and load trail trailers. For trailers, truck bodies, truck outfitting, and more, it's Coops.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
This week on Wheel.
So, you ready for this?
Yes, Dad! We're celebrating the local flavor of some of America's finest cities.
New York, Dallas, San Diego,
Baltimore,
Cincinnati.
We've got hometown players.
Here we are with our group of Cincinnatians.
Hometown puzzles.
And the clue is a New York blank.
And a whole lot of hometown pride.
She's already partying.
All this week on Wheel.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
It's Friday, July 29th, the last weekend of July. August is on the way, and the forecast is coming up.
It was 35 years ago, this very day, when Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream and Jerry Garcia of the Grateful Dead agreed on a new flavor, Cherry Garcia, and it's still around.
Well, Geddy Lee, singer for Rush, is 69 years old today, and actor Will Wheaton from the movie Stand By Me is 50. And Spanish racing driver Fernando Alonso turns 41 years old today, currently competing for Alpine Racing in Formula One. He won the series World Drivers' Championship in 2005 and 2006.
Today is National Get Gnarly Day. It's National Talk in an Elevator Day. So anticlimactic there. And the exciting one, I guess not, System Administrator Appreciation Day.
Yeah.
Do we have one of those?
I don't even know.
I don't know.
I like the gnarly day. It reminds me of Rocket Power as a kid.
I love the word gnarly. That's an underused word.
I know. Oh, I think it's used more.
We're on the East Coast.
I was about to say, we are on the East Coast. If you ever travel to the West Coast, it's a little more gnarly out there.
All you surfers, it's your time to shine today.
Today
with
is
your
your
language.
And we got a quick programming note. ABC 7 News at 6 with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones will be on the road broadcasting from Newport this evening. Should be a great show. Be sure to tune in.
I love on the road shows. They're so fun. They're showcasing.
It'd be great if we could do those one day. I feel like it'd be a blast.
I know. I don't want to wake up earlier though.
Really?
Nope.
See, I have no problem waking up early. It's fun.
Let's turn it over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Devin, good morning.
Hey, Joe and Emma, thank you very much. Happy Friday. We had showers and thunderstorms moving through last night and parts of early this morning as well, prompting some flooding alerts in some parts of the viewing area. Now things are starting to back off a little bit, though, as all this rain right here has since moved out of here. We'll still have to watch for a small chance for a few showers and a few rumbles of thunder later today, though. But giving you the big picture, here's the center of low pressure just off of parts of Canada with another front stretching across our neck of the woods, bringing plenty of rain with that too. And, of course, the rain starting to calm down, even if a few rumbles of thunder were noticed last night in parts of early this morning. But futurecast for today, a chance for a few showers and thunderstorms later today. Not very widespread at all. Most of us should stay dry as well with a mixture of clouds and sun. But the winds will be gusty again, though. Generally out in the west in some spots, sustained winds up to 10 to 15 miles per hour, and gusty winds up to 25 miles per hour are not out of the question either. So for today, not too bad. Middle 80s are on the way, partly cloudy with a slight chance for a thunderstorm or so. That west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 60s on the way, becoming partly cloudy with a small chance for a rain shower, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. That slight chance for a rain shower will mainly be along our southern counties. And for tomorrow, though, all right, partly cloudy, maybe a few showers both for the south and areas to the north as well, with highs in the mid 80s. Now west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. All right, your hourly forecast moving forward, becoming mostly sunny temperatures in the 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Joe and Emma.
Thank you, Devin.
Together Place in Bangor just announced the winners of its annual Periscope writing contest. Those who participated could write a poem, story, or essay, with the winner getting their entries published by Pro Libris Books.
First prize for the contest is $250. Second is $125, and third is $100. Kristen Shonley won this year's contest with her poem Patchwork and says she is ready for her work to be published.
I'm very excited about it. Hopefully, it's going to be out there in the state of Maine. Hopefully other recovery centers will be aware of the chapbook.
And the two other winners gathered at the Together Place for an awards ceremony Thursday evening, where they had the opportunity to share their pieces. That's awesome that Pro Libris is publishing them too. Great bookstore in Bangor if anybody needs a bookstore suggestion. Well, in other news, the town of Skowhegan just got a large grant to put towards its Skowhegan River Park project.
Dylan Holloway spoke to a member of the Skowhegan River Park Committee and gives us the details.
The town of Skowhegan is aiming to boost its outdoor recreation capabilities and local tourism industry by constructing the Skowhegan River Park. River Park Committee member Christina Cannon says the project has been in the works for about 20 years.
So the plan is to actually add access on both sides of the river. There will be a set of stairs from downtown, and then an ADA access ramp and a trail from the other side of the river into the gorge.
Cannon says the town of Skowhegan was recently awarded a grant of $4.9 million from the Economic Development Administration to put toward the River Park plan. She says the project will boost the whitewater rapids, allowing for surfing, paddling, and much more.
We are planning on putting 2 wave features in right here in our downtown river gorge, and then eventually likely a 3rd one down at the mouth of the gorge near the Big Eddy.
Cannon says the town of Skowhegan and the organization Main Street Skowhegan will be contributing funds to the program as well.
The fact that we are, putting in a river park that's going to bring paddlers, but also spectators, and we're going to host festivals and competitions right in our downtown, will impact things locally and benefit our local businesses.
According to Cannon, the hope is to construct the in-river features next summer. For more information on the Skowhegan River Park, go to runofriver.org. Reporting from Skowhegan, I'm Dylan Holloway for ABC7 and Fox 22.
A pair of moose in Colorado caught on video strolling up to a man taking a nap near the Riverwalk Center in Breckenridge, which is about halfway between Denver and Aspen. This guy isn't faced at all.
Witnesses were debating what to do, with one person saying, "Do we wake this guy up?" and another shouting, "There's some moose behind you, dude." Turns out the man never woke up during the incident, and the moose seemed to lose interest and walk away.
They were just like, he's just not our type. That is just bizarre to me.
He was
how
full
nobody
Patrick
moved.
Starfish.
They're not small. They definitely make a sound when they're moving across.
I guess you know what to do if you ever have a moose attack you.
Yeah, just lay down and don't do anything. I don't know. I feel like you sit there and I'm looking at him and I'm like, those sixth sense, the spidey senses that we have when something's
They
around
knew
us,
he was asleep.
just definitely doesn't exist for him whatsoever.
His sixth senses. Their sixth senses were like, this guy's asleep. We're just gonna
walk right by.
Sniff him. Yeah. Still to come here this morning. Maine football is just a week away from the start of training camp. So where do the Black Bears rank in the latest preseason poll? Dave Peck has the answer next.
But first, here's a look at your forecast. Temperatures in the mid-80s today, partially cloudy skies, a little bit of sunshine out there. We'll see those temps drop down to a low of 61, cooling off this evening. And tomorrow, not a cloud in sight, mostly sunny with a high of 84.
For over 17 years, ADA Fence Company has been offering top quality fences at the best price and doing the job right the first time. Choose from vinyl, ornamental, wood, rental, and chain link fences. ADA Fence Company also builds kennels, enclosures, and gates of all types and sizes. Proudly serving Eastern and Central Maine. Call ADA Fence Company today at 1-888-891-4564. ADA Fence Company, the professional fence people.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Newport, is sponsored by Howard Insurance. For all your insurance, you can find us in Dexter, Dover, and Newport or at howardins.com. Gulfside Wheel and Ski in Newport, your local family-owned and factory-authorized Polaris, CF Moto, Honda, and Kimco dealer. And Studio 160 Salon and Spa. Our professionals are committed to offering the best hair care, nail and foot care, body waxing, massages, facials, and skin care services.
Ready for a little GMA-ish promo? Okay, here we go. GMA 7A every day with Robin, George, and Michael. That's how you start the day. Boom!
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Maine football is less than a week away from starting up training camp for the 2022 season, as is the rest of the New Look Colonial Athletic Association, which held its annual media day on Thursday morning. Dave Peck has more.
Like the Colonial Athletic Association as a whole, the upcoming 2022 season ushers in a new era for Maine football.
Being able to change with the times of college football is important, whether it's recruiting or how the conference is structured. It's important to be able to adapt within that.
The CAA enters the fall void of its perennial powerhouse, but as James Madison shifts rank, Hampton and Monmouth enter the fold amid an ever-changing NCAA landscape.
Just like every conference in the country right now,
We will continue to be vigilant as it relates to membership decisions and continue to make decisions that are in the best interest of the conference going forward.
Of course, the man calling the shots in Orono is first-year head coach Jordan Stevens. And beyond the obvious culture shift, his focus is on bolstering a black hole defense, ranked 10th in scoring last season.
We're really looking defensively to be a defense that's physical, number one. We play fast, we play together. That's been those three things are what we've echoed to the players.
And at the core of that unit is linebacker Adrian Otero, the latest member of Maine's hallowed number 6 legacy.
Players that had it, have come to me and, talked to me about it. And, it means a lot to take this, big number and this big leadership role.
As for the offense, the Black Bears ranked 4th in points scored last season, volleying between quarterbacks Derek Robertson and Joe Fagnano, who missed 7 games due to injury.
I'm back to 100%. I think, the coaches did a really nice job just helping me get back. And then for this season, that's in the past. I'm ready to get going. Excited to, with the team around me, the new coaching staff.
Now entering the year, the preseason polls have Maine ranked 8th out of 13, but it's a measurement Stevens likely won't lose any sleep over.
Not really our focus at this point. Our focus is on the start of camp next week and getting better fundamentally, getting better from a physical standpoint this preseason. And but we feel like if we take care of what we can control, things will fall where they need to this season.
Reporting from Bangor, Dave Peck, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
All right, thank you for that, Dave. Looking forward to covering the Black Bears this season. Looking forward to football season as a whole. All right, let's head to some basketball news now. Former Edward Little standout and Maine men's basketball player Troy Barnes is continuing his pro basketball career. Barnes is heading into year 12 of pro hoops overseas and year 2 with his squad from Estonia last season, the Estonian champs, according to this tweet from Barnes. He'll be playing with them in the Basketball Champions League qualifiers and their FIBA Europe Cup season. Barnes played with Maine for 4 seasons during his college days before turning pro in 2011 in Turkey, and he is still at it to this day. All right, moving back over to football now and some pro football. Day 2 of Pat's camp on Thursday. Just 45 days until their Week 1 game against Miami. I can't wait, personally. But the talk of camp in Day 2 was former Miami Dolphin Devontae Parker and Mac Jones. The second-year quarterback got a lot of praise from Bill Belichick at the start of camp. As for his new weapon, the two had a great connection again, with Parker catching a few touchdowns in 7-on-7 and in 11s. Again, it's only Day 2 and there's no pads yet, so while Parker has been impressive so far, Belichick says they are just taking it day by day.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have him, and he had a good spring. We'll just take it day by day here and, not try to evaluate guys based on one play or one practice or one period. But there's going to be a lot of football played, and, we'll see how things turn out over an extended period of time.
I'm having a lot of fun with it. That's all about, have fun, come out here with your brothers and working hard every day. I'm just hoping to bring, energy, just come out there and play hard as I can and, do what I can to help the team.
Excited to watch those two on the field this year. Moving over to baseball news now. A couple of years ago, Andrew Benintendi, or Benny Biceps, was a fan favorite at Fenway Park, but the fans will probably have a different attitude about him the next time he shows up in Boston in pinstripes. Yankees traded for the Royals all-star outfielder on Wednesday, but there's a few question marks. Benny is unvaccinated, so he won't be able to play in any of the Yanks' remaining games in Toronto if that doesn't change, but Benny is tearing it up this year. I miss him in a Sox uniform. Definitely a good pickup for New York. Moving on over to Fenway Park. It started as a great night for baseball in Boston on Thursday. In the 4th, Cutter Crawford had been dominant so far, but Jose Ramirez gets into this one, just wraps it around the pesky pole. They review it to see if it was fair or foul, but it is a home run. Crawford not too happy about that. To the 6th inning we go. Xander Bogaerts up with 2 on and 2 strikes. And this one, into the monster seats and left, a hanging slider from McKenzie, and he got all of it. The Sox take a 3-1 lead. It's 4-2 now in the 9th. Rain coming down, but Garrett Whitlock gets the grounder. He fires to first for the save, and the Sox win one. They actually win one. Second win since the All-Star break. 4-2 is the final. All right, that's all for sports. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Bennett's Gems and Jewelry in Belfast. With beautifully crafted gemstone jewelry you'll be proud to own or give as a gift. See why our longtime customers call Bennett's their favorite gift store, with an irresistible selection of genuine Maine tourmaline. Fine jewelry and gemstone giftware. Bennett's Gems also pays cash for your old gold and silver. Open till 6 every day, even Sunday. Bennett's Gems and Jewelry is on Route 1 in Belfast, next to Perry's Nut House. Look for our famous pink dinosaur and prepare to be delighted.
For a better center to serve you, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. For a bigger selection of trusted brands, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. And to better service your ride, no matter the size, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. Master mechanics, free shuttle service, and the fair deals you deserve. Take Littlefield Avenue to Bangor Tire, beside Dysart's in Herman. BangorTire.com.
We're more than just a tire store.
Incubus. Live. August 7th, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. One incredible night with Incubus. With special guests, Sublime with Rome and the Aqua Dolls. Incubus, on sale now. Buy tickets at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. Part of the Varney Insurance Concert Series.
Welcome back with Friday's business news. Here's Leo Jonathan.
After 3 years of dwindling supplies, Realtor.com now says listings bumped up in May and June as potential buyers are shut out by inflation and rising interest rates. Listings of homes under $100,000 were down more than 21% in June. Apple's profits fell in the most recent quarter by 10% compared to last year. The iPhone is still the big earner for Apple, with sales up 3%. Profits at Shell hit record levels for the second quarter in a row. Quarterly profits are at $16.7 billion, up over $13 billion from a year ago. And Sprite is going green by ditching green. Coca-Cola, the company behind Sprite, is getting rid of its signature green-tinted bottles and switching to clear plastic bottles, which are much easier to recycle. I'm Leo Jonathan with Friday's Business on ABC 7.
And with temperatures warming up, for people who don't have central air conditioning, it can be a real problem to keep cool on a budget.
Fox's Drew Marine built a do-it-yourself air conditioner to see if keeping cool for cheap was possible.
We built this styrofoam AC today to see just how well it would work, and just for around $25. And it only took us 30 minutes to put together. The heat's on in the metro area this week, and if you don't have AC, you may not be completely out of luck. You can always make your own. First, we went to Ace Hardware to buy just a few items. You'll need a styrofoam cooler, a couple of PVC pipes, and of course, ice.
So we're going to start by outlining 2 PVC pipes on the sides here.
Once those are drawn on, you just need to cut those circles out.
Okay, so we cut the holes, and now we're going to want to put the PVC pipes in the side.
You're going to want to repeat the tracing step with your fan on the lid of the container and cut that part out too.
Now it's time to install the fan.
Secure the fan onto the lid with tape, and you're almost done.
Okay, now it's time to fill our AC with ice. So I'm just going to go ahead and start pouring that in there.
Once the ice is in, all you need to do is switch the fan on and let it do the rest of the work.
So a quick temperature reading of the room says it's 79 degrees right now. So we're going to test the AC I just built here with the styrofoam cooler, an Old Faithful cooler that we made 8 years ago, to see just how much they cool the room down.
Now a word on what not to do.
We know experts tell us not to use our oven when it's hot out so we can stay cooler inside, but some people might wonder, how much does it heat up a room? So we're going to make a pizza to find out.
Before we made the pizza, it was 72 degrees in the kitchen.
Sweet dude.
And once it was done, the temperature went up 6 degrees in just 15 minutes.
Okay, it's time to take the pizza out, and we'll see just how much hotter it got in here. And take the temperature gun. 78 degrees. We've been running our homemade AC for the last few hours, so let's see just how cool it is. I'm taking the temperature gun and pointing it there, and it says it's at a cool 72 degrees. So if you need to build this in a pinch, I think it would definitely work. In Vancouver, Drew Marine, Fox 12 Oregon.
And here's Devin Biggs with one final look at our full weather forecast.
Good morning, Devin.
All right, Joe and Emma, thank you very much. Not many storm reports on all the rain we saw last night, but we did get one in out of Millinocket where they saw 2.7 inches of rain. That did cause some flooding in a few areas, so in some heavy downpours too. There were some flooding alerts in effect along our northern counties. Those will be getting dropped shortly or have been dropped as the rain has now moved out of here. Here's the latest picture, though. We saw showers, even a few rumbles of thunder. That flashing you see on the radar right here, that's lightning being detected on the radar. So we had some lightning and some thunderstorms that moved through last night and early this morning, but now things are calming down. We'll see a mixture of clouds and sunshine today, but small chances for showers and thunderstorms do exist again today as this area of low pressure continues to track off towards the north and east, but nothing as widespread as what we saw last night and in parts of early this morning. Wave heights right now, maybe a little active in a few spots, but not too bad for us. There's no advisories along the coast at around 3 feet according to the buoys out there too. If you're thinking about going toward the ocean, the water temperatures do continue to rise right now. We are in the 60s out there, but if you want the bath water temperatures, you have to go further down toward the south for that, where we're seeing water temperatures right now in the 80s, so very warm ocean temperatures being noticed at this time. Our average high temperature for the air is 81 degrees, and we'll be in the middle 80s today and tomorrow. Upper 80s on the way as we head towards Sunday, Monday to Tuesday, middle 80s by Wednesday, then back in the low 90s again as we head towards your Thursday as another heat wave looks to move in. Your muggy meter, though, showing dew points will fall later today in a more comfortable category. Saturday ticking up just a little bit before it falls off, but a gradual climb to dew points again as we head towards Monday to Tuesday before we fall off briefly as we head towards your Wednesday. Your UV index forecast for today remains at an 8. That's considered very high, so a burn time of around 15 minutes. So hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, and shade will be necessary as you do head out the door to avoid a bad sunburn. Moving forward for today, partly cloudy skies, a chance for a few showers and a few rumbles of thunder. Nothing very widespread. We'll calm down later on tonight, but for tomorrow, though, a small chance for a few showers along our southern counties. There's a small chance right about in there. Early in the morning, we'll get that out of there. Then look to the north. A few showers could be possible again in the afternoon, but this time for the northern counties, so a couple areas at different times. We'll have to watch for a few showers that could possibly develop in a few areas. So middle 80s today, partly cloudy with a small chance for a shower or thunderstorm. That west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 60s, partly cloudy with a small chance for rain showers, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast. So by Saturday, a small chance for those rain showers again. Highs in the middle 80s. And by Sunday, partly cloudy. Highs in the upper 80s will remain in the upper 80s by Monday with a partly cloudy sky. And more storms by Tuesday. Highs in the upper 80s.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Newport, is sponsored by University of Maine Early College. Tuition-free online fall courses for high school students. umaine.edu/early college. Four Seasons Floral and Gifts, a family-owned and operated business offering only the finest floral arrangements and gifts with friendly service. And the Farmer's Table in Corinna for breakfast, lunches, dinners, and desserts made from farm-fresh ingredients.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. If you have or are eligible for Medicaid, please listen closely. You may be eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare with a zero or low plan premium. Call now. We can answer your questions and help you enroll over the phone. WellCare provides access to essential benefits that go beyond original Medicare, such as dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage with free home delivery. Plus, extra benefits like free over-the-counter healthcare items, free transportation, free gym membership, and home-delivered meals. Get more access to care with WellCare's telehealth services, including online doctor visits and a 24-hour nurse advice line. WellCare is contracted with Medicare to provide plans that may be perfect for you. Call 1-844-471-0022 now. That's 1-844-471-0022.
Ladies, a Maine adventure.
Holy mackerel, look at all this great back-to-school stuff.
We've got jeans, we got lots of sneakers, lots of Champion for the whole family. Get to Rennie's for back to school.
Thank you for shopping Rennie's.
Welcome to the final straw, a game of gravity versus greed. Ready, set, pull. Let's go.
The Final Straw, new time Sunday on ABC.
What a blast we had all this week at the fair. Besides practically eating everything in sight, we rode almost every ride you can imagine. Yeah, even the bumper cars. And as you can see, we also scored big on some of the games on the Midway. Look what I won. But we couldn't leave here until we tried one last fair classic, the funnel cake. And since the fair only comes to town every so often, we decided to create an easy homemade version that's made just like they do here. It starts off with a quick throw together batter that we drizzle through a funnel into hot oil. Yeah, a funnel. That's where it gets its name. Once it's golden on one side, we flip it until it's crispy on the outside and tender delicious on the inside. After they drain for a minute or so, it's time to dust them with lots of powdered sugar. Let me tell you, these are perfect to nibble on when you want the taste of the fair at home. So here's what I suggest. Go online and get the recipe for our easy funnel cakes along with all of our fair favorites. Now there's no hiding the fact that you ate one, since you'll probably end up with powdered sugar all over your face. I'm Howard from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, and now I have to round up the rest of the troops and head back to the test kitchen so we can whip up even more. Ooh, it's so good.
Can we just talk about the fact that Howard didn't even... You don't even have to clean your face off because you can't eat funnel cake or anything else with powder without getting it all over your face.
Nope, you got to really enjoy it.
Oh, that is just perfect, and I think we all wish we were Howard right now.
My favorite fair food. Yep, absolutely. So, a dinosaur skeleton that's around 76 million years old sells for more than $6 million at auction. The skeleton is of a dinosaur called the Gorgosaurus. It's about 10 feet tall and 22 feet long and was discovered in a fossil-bearing geological formation in Montana in 2018.
Now, it lived near the area that is now part of western United States and Canada. The skeleton was sold Thursday through Sotheby's. Other Gorgosaurus skeletons that are known to exist are part of the museum collection. And Sotheby's says this is one of the only that's available for private ownership.
I have never heard of a dinosaur skeleton being available for private ownership. That is so cool and crazy.
The world's changing.
Yeah.
Jurassic World, look at that. I mean, before they were selling, these dinosaurs, now they're selling
I guess I don't know how I feel about it.
It's, I mean, how would you feel if you got a chance to go to someone's mansion and all of a sudden they were like, hey, check out this skeleton? I would think it'd be the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
Probably start a museum.
I mean, that could be what they're trying to do.
Yeah,
private
start a
ownership.
collection. Yeah. Or they just want to hoard it. This is
and keep it from everyone else. See that? I think now you're really on to what's going on.
Well, Good Morning America is next on ABC 7.
Stay with us for the second hour of Good Morning Maine. That is coming up next on Fox 22. Have a great day and enjoy the weekend.
Do you own a timeshare? At first, maybe it seemed like a great investment, but then you realized a lot of the promises made to you were simply not true. A little later, you started receiving the monthly maintenance fees and additional associated bills they failed to mention when you signed the agreement. And now their fees keep rising. Your times to actually use the timeshare keep shrinking, and the resort has no interest in letting you out of the agreement. Your vacation dream has turned into a timeshare nightmare. An overwhelming, never-ending financial obligation that will fall on your children after you're gone. And it seems as if there is no way out. Well, here's some great news. There is a way out. The Timeshare Exit Hotline has helped hundreds of people just like you. Desperate people who thought they were stuck in this burden forever. Although most professionals in the timeshare industry are legitimate, there are those that use aggressive, sometimes even misleading sales tactics to try and trick innocent people into signing their lives away. We've heard many stories of people who have been lied to and others who were kept in a room for over 10 hours, not provided water or anything to eat.